Hey everybody. So this the point of making this video is because well, a little upset about what's going on in the building I live in here in Capitol Hill neighborhood of Denver. So the maintenance crew installed new railings on the front staircase of this building. But first, and these aren't just simple railings, there's a lot to them, a lot of surface area to cover. So first they spray painted them in an enclosed room in the basement. This room has absolutely no ventilation, no open windows, nothing. They were wearing masks to protect their face and to be able to breathe. But they just left us hanging because the fumes are obviously going to raise into our apartments and we're breathing them day after day. They started this project, I believe, on Wednesday, December 4th, and then finished it this Tuesday, so about a week long. And I confronted them twice, and there's two old windows in that room. And they said they can't open them because they're boarded up and then people might try to break in the night. So I guess it's better just to poison the residents instead. So day after day they go in there, they're spraying with spray paint, spraying these, and I will show you these railings in a moment. And fumes are going up into our apartments. I confronted them a second time this Tuesday, saying they need to get a way to get those windows open at least, and get some sort of ventilation. And again, their answer was, well, we can't open them because then people might break into the place. Well, they should put bars over the windows then, and they should figure out something. You have to have a ventilation system. Windows aren't even good enough. You need some sort of special ventilation system, but reality is they need to be spray painting those things outside. But they've, infested our apartments with poisonous toxins that we're breathing. And I'm going to go to sleep tonight and I can still smell the stuff because the room, even though they finished the project Tuesday, the room has never been aired out. It's just filled with toxic chemical gases that are slowly leaching into our apartments. I talked to one girl whose apartment, she has, the chemicals are really coming up through her closet, so she has to keep that closed, and even then they're seeping into the apartment. But if any of you have any comments or advice or tips, because I want to not only confront management on this, but make sure that they can't do any kind of project in that room again that involves spraying anything toxic that we could breathe. So yeah, if any of you have any comments that could help, that'd be much appreciated. I figure I'll do kind of a crowdsourcing video here and try and get as many people to see this as possible, so we, not only confront them on this, but make sure they can't do this again, because I'm sure this is illegal. It has to be illegal. I mean, it's against the law. They're poisoning us residents. So I will show you the room. And that's another thing. I called Thursday, 2 days after they finished the project, told management that we're breathing toxic fumes still. And then their response was to put a fan outside the door of the room and just turn it on, but the door was closed to the room, so there's still no ventilation. I don't know what that was supposed to accomplish. I called them again Friday saying, hey, this is not going to do anything if the door is closed. You need to open the door and ventilate the room, air it out, and then open the windows in the stairwell so that toxic stuff can go out the windows. Again, no response. So that's the beauty about social media, is if they don't want to respond to me this way, then I will take it up a step. I've got a ton of people on my pages, and so I'm gonna make as many people see this as I can possibly can. So now I'm gonna show in another clip the room, and then I'll show the railings that they spray painted. So thank you very much. Okay everybody, so I'll show you the door to the room that these guys were using. This is it right here. That is the door to the room that they were spraying for several days, spray paint with zero ventilation. There is no ventilation in there. Now, 2 days after they were finished, after I confronted them, I could still smell fumes. So obviously there's going to continue to be fumes because the room's never been ventilated out. It's the door has never even been open. It's always shut. So I called Thursday, 2 days after they were finished, and left a message with the company saying we need the door open and we need it ventilated out. We're getting fumes in our apartments. And so what is their reply? They put this fan, they put it down, it's been on since Thursday. Finally just turn it off, but they put it there. Now how is that going to ventilate the room when this door is closed? You should open this door and then put that fan in the doorway. Although the fan, you're going to need more fans than that, but how does that work? How do you ventilate a room with the fan on the outside with the door closed? And then, so what did I do? I called again Friday. I said that fan is not going to do any good. It's sitting outside the room and the door is closed and we're still getting fumes in the apartments. And this is no response again. This door has been shut since he ended the project on Tuesday. It's been shut. I mean, it's had no chance to ventilate. The fumes don't disappear. They are there and they slowly contaminate the building. And I'm sure this is against the law. You're spray painting for several days in there with no ventilation whatsoever. So it's very frustrating, very upset. I'm going to sleep tonight and breathe more fumes while I sleep. Last night I kept the windows open and wore many layers of clothes and slept in the freezing cold just to get some fresh air. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that tonight. So anyways, if you have any suggestions on what government agency to contact, because we not only need to confront them on this, but we need to make sure they don't do any more spraying of anything in this room. Because I've smelled stuff before. It's against the law. There's no ventilation at all. So thank you very much, and I'll stop this portion. Okay, so I'm going to show you the railings that these guys were spray painting in the unventilated room. Again, no ventilation in this room. And I'm going to show you how much surface they sprayed over the several days that they did this. So this is just one of the railings. You can see this. It's not just a railing. You have these bars here. You have these bars here, and then you have this whole surface mesh. And of course you have to do both sides. See? That's a lot of spraying just for this one railing. So that's railing number one. Yeah, see that? See all that they have to spray paint? That's two. That's three. Again, look at that. This is four. Again, they had these in the maintenance room, spraying them there, and then installed them here. See, look at that. This is, I believe, 5. Six, and then there's the 7th one, and then there's an 8th piece there. Now, I would not do that to anybody. This is just unbelievable. It's frustrating and annoying. You know, all these railings they were spray painting. That's a lot of spray painting. That's a lot of surface to cover. And they were doing it in an enclosed room with no ventilation while they were wearing masks on their face. And then they leave the door closed when they're done. Don't even let it ventilate out. So anyways, I guess that'll be it for now. But yeah, I just have to be quiet because it's late. But if any of you have any advice or comments or anything constructive to say, like what government agency to be in contact with, because, you know, we're breathing fumes tonight. So thank you.